Hello, my sweet summer children. I'm back with the juice to get you through the long night. And I'm here with my pal of pals, the prince who was promised Azor High, Quinn of House Ideas of Ice and Fire.
Oh, before me. Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going?
I was
It's
about to call you the Quiz Arts Hatterack.
the Quizats Hatterack. She said Quiz Arts. Quiz Arts.
My bad.
Oh, that's funny.
So I brought Quinn here today because we're going to talk about season 8 predictions, who lives, who dies, what happens, all of that juice. To jump right into it, let's get like your bold prediction for season 8. What do you think is going to shock people the most?
What do I think is going to shock people the most? Well, they have to kill off one of those really beloved characters. I'm thinking that Dany is probably going to die. Like, that's what I'm seeing in my head. I'm seeing Dany dying, probably because they have already killed Jon Snow and they can't kill him again. But then again, what do I really know? I don't know.
All right, stream's over. Nice talking to you.
I could see that as being one of the things that they would do to shock people, because it's like, it's the end of the show. So it's like, there's no more Game of Thrones after this. So if they really want to pull on those emotional heartstrings, then I think a good way to do that would be have Dany die making a sacrifice and dying for the people. You know what I'm saying? You know, they already call her Misa.
I know, I don't know what
she's
you're
like a mother. So it's like, it's all about sacrifice and changing the world. And, you know, that's her whole entire story arc. You know.
I think that her story arc is about changing the world, but I don't know if she has to die to change the world. But I see what you're saying about the shock factor of it. So do you think that when D&D say it's gonna be the Game of Thrones ending is gonna be in the same place as the books, do you think they're telling the truth?
Hell no. No. I mean, I don't see how it could. You know, if there's so much that's been like altered and changed that I just don't get how that's like possible. I just really don't understand how it's possible. I mean, maybe it could be similar, but I don't. It seems unlikely to me at this point.
It's unlikely to me too. I do not think that it's going to end the same as the books. So basically, it's kind of like we're saying that Dan and Dave would place shock value over being true to the actual story.
Of course they would. What do you think the whole like weak men will never rule Dorne again thing was?
Oh God.
That was the whole Marcella dying thing. Like that whole entire thing was just like for shock value. Screw the books. Like they don't give a crap. They don't care.
Yeah. I mean, I think they care. I just think they kind of like they didn't want to do Dorne at all. And then they decided that they could do some cool stuff in Dorne, so they halfway did something that resembled Dorne, not really at all. So, okay. I don't know.
I think they were trying at first, but they were trying for something different. They were trying to do their own thing because they were getting, I think, a little bit cocky at that point.
Yeah.
And then when they saw how the fandom reacted to that whole entire plot, they were just like, you know what, we're just not going to do it. And they just, like, killed off all those characters. And that was, like... I think that was probably the sequence of events.
Okay.
Because
that sounds right to me.
I feel like it was like kind of cockiness that led them to change Dorne. I mean, because Dorne is a complex storyline in the book, so they kind of like streamlined it. They like took out some characters, and then they really kind of like altered it and changed characters' entire motivations.
Yeah.
Like, Valyria Sand was like totally different.
Yeah. But. And so was Doran.
Yeah, he was pretty different as well.
So, okay. So we don't agree. Like, I don't agree with you that Daenerys is going to die. Like, I would be so pissed off.
I want to clarify, though. I don't necessarily think that she is going to die. I think that if they were to kill off either Daenerys or Jon, it would probably be her. Because I feel like that would be, like, the most shocking thing that they could do if they wanted to, like, really tug on heartstrings.
Yeah.
But I'm not necessarily saying that she will.
Yeah, I mean, that would be shocking. Like, it would shock the fuck out of me. Just saying. But, I don't think either one of them are going to die. I don't think Jon or Daenerys is going to die. I do think people are going to die, though. Like, major death prediction, I think Jaime Lannister, gone. Cersei Lannister, gone.
Most likely.
Sansa Stark, out of here.
I think Sansa's living. I feel it in my bones that Sansa Stark is living.
Let me clarify. I would like her to live. I don't want any more Starks to die. And a lot of people think that I just like hate Sansa. But I don't. Like, I have this theory that the Starks mirror their direwolves. And Lady kind of died in the place of Nymeria. So I feel like maybe Sansa is going to die in the place of Arya.
That's a great theory. I really like it. But my thing is, like, Sansa has a lot of fans.
Oh yeah,
online, and it's like their like track record of just catering to fan service, and I feel like those Sansa fans are not going to be happy if Sansa
that's
doesn't
true
end up where they wanted to be in the end.
That's
People
true.
really like her now. I did not see it coming. I did not when I first started watching this show back in like 2011. I never ever predicted like an on wave of like Sansa people that loved Sansa. I never thought that would happen, but it did.
It's easy to appreciate Sansa as a character because she is the most she's the most realistic woman in the story in a story in that time period. So I could see why people they like Sansa. I could see why.
I get it. I totally get it. But she does kind of have that rough start where she kind of betrays her family a bit in the beginning, and it's a little rough. So it's kind of like you don't see. I guess I just didn't see it coming.
So James Hibbard from Entertainment Weekly, he just kind of tweeted this article of an interview with Sophie Turner, and she was like that Sansa risks ripping her entire family apart in season 8.
Like she already hasn't done that?
I mean, had
how so? I wonder.
So I know that her and Daenerys aren't gonna get along.
No,
not at all. So it's probably gonna be that like she's probably gonna try to be that wedge in between Daenerys and Jon, because Daenerys is probably gonna be like a threat to her.
She's like Jon Snow. She's your freaking aunt.
Yeah. Yeah, let's take over the throne. That's where you belong. And then Jon Snow's gonna be like Tommen, and Sansa's gonna be like Cersei.
Dude, that'd be cool. See, I could. That's possible ending. See, I know you'd hate this. Daenerys dies, and then Sansa turns evil, and she's like using, and Jon is Sansa's puppet. The end.
Yeah. Not that. So, what other character? All right, I'm gonna list off some characters, and you tell me live or die.
Okay.
Tyrion.
Oh, see, okay, I have to go on a tangent about this. So I have this I was saying I had this idea of this dichotomy, either Tyrion or Samwell.
Ooh.
I feel like it's gonna be one of those because I feel like one of these two people has to live to write down the Song of Ice and Fire in the end. Just like at the end of the Lord of the Rings, you got Samwise writing down. Well, it's Frodo. Why do I always think it's Samwise? It's like Frodo. He's writing down the story. So it's yeah. So I feel like we need that character, and I feel like it's probably gonna be Sam.
Yeah.
Tyrion gone. Tyrion axed.
You think he's gonna die?
I think it's probably over for Tyrion.
I hate that. I hate that. So I don't think he's gonna die. I don't know how much I want to say on this stream.
Well, I just know. Well,
did you hear any spoilers about Tyrion?
No, I didn't.
Okay, I'm not gonna.
I haven't heard any spoilers at all.
I'm not gonna say anything. I heard this one spoiler. I don't know if it's true, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. Let's go to the next one.
Okay, that sounds ominous, but okay.
Yeah, I have been avoiding spoilers like the plague.
Same
and
here. There's
just some big ones. Well, there's only one, and it was about Tyrion that I seen. And I was like, this is bullshit. But maybe it's not, so I don't know. I don't want to... You don't know about it. I don't want you to know about it if you don't want to know about it. So let's move on.
Oh, that sounds so freaking freaky. But yeah. To clarify what I think, I'm thinking that either Tyrion or Samwise. is gonna die. Not Samwise Samwell. I'm getting my fandoms mixed up here, but yeah, either one of those characters is gonna die. And I'm leaning towards Tyrion because I feel like Samwell has been like kind of set up as like the maester, the historian, the scribe, the person that's gonna like learn everything and live to tell the tale. And then he's already like been put beside Bran, like the person that has all of the knowledge. So Samwell is just here absorbing all the information so that he can be ready at the end to write everything down. And that's why I think Tyrion is axed.
Yeah, and Sam has that line in season 7 where he says he would title his book something more poetic. What's more poetic than A Song of Ice and Fire?
Yeah, exactly. Because George R. R. Martin loves The Lord of the Rings, and that's such a reference, and he's got to do it. He's got to do it. I've said this from the beginning. He's got to do it.
Yeah, I like that. I like that idea of Sam being the one to write it down. I also like the idea of George R. R. Martin like being the cameo at the end.
But he said he turned it down though.
Yeah, he turned it down.
He should have done it. I honestly think he should have done it. Like
I think he's had it with them.
Yeah, he's pretty upset. And it's funny that people keep denying the fact that he's kind of pissed. And I'm like, no, he's clearly pissed. But okay.
At the premiere, they asked him a question about like,
that.
how do you feel about the final season? And he was like, it shouldn't be the final season.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, we could have gone on for 13, 14 seasons.
Yeah, like, I don't even want to get into that because we could rant about that. Because that's like the one, I think I'm probably like the most lenient content creator on YouTube towards D&D. But that is one of the things like that really bothers me. That they just like kind of like felt like it, to me it felt like they were over it and they wanted to move on, and they moved on.
Yeah, that's that's the sense that I got as well. But there's no point in harping on it now. We might as well just enjoy the last season as much as we can. And with that, Jaime Lannister, live or die? Die.
How do you
die in an awesome way though? I could see Jaime dying in Brienne's arms.
Me too.
And I feel like that would be some tragic shit because Renly also died in her arms. So she's just like, what the fuck is left? And here comes around the corner Tormund Giantsbane to warm her in the night.
And so they can have babies that look like monsters.
They just be really big.
Yes, huge babies. Well, I had this idea of, Jaime's weirwood dream from A Storm of Swords.
Mm-hmm.
He's in like this cavernous place and he doesn't recognize it. He at first thinks he's in Castle Rock, and then he's like, what is this place? And I'm like, oh, it could totally be the Crypts of Winterfell. Because it's like he's talking about black water, and there's that black water in the pool in the God's Woods. And also him and Brienne are fighting the dead Rhaegar and the Kingsguard side by side.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering, like, what are the odds that these two fools are in the Crypts of Winterfell with Widow's Wail and Oathkeeper fighting the dead? Like, I think that would be awesome.
Oh, that's freaking cool. Yeah, that's interesting. That's an interesting, like, little vision, right, in the book, because, like, he lays his head down on the weirwood stump.
Mm-hmm.
And then who does he see in the vision first? It's Cersei, right? Or is it his
It's
father?
Cersei. It's Tywin.
Yeah, it's
Tywin, Cersei. All the Lannisters ever.
Mm-hmm.
Tyrion's not there. Joffrey's there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a very interesting chapter. It's cool theory, too. Cool theory.
So what do you think about Cersei?
Oh, my God.
Queen.
Cersei, I everyone knows that I'm into Cersei. I like Cersei a lot in the show. As far as whether or not she'll live or die, I'm like 78% sure that she's going to die. But then I also see like a slither of percent that she could survive in the end and still rule over everything. Maybe not even rule over everything, but I see there's a percentage that she could live.
As the Night Queen?
Maybe as the Night Queen. Like, see, my thing is I would love it. It would just mind fuck television audiences for like the next 20 years. If Game of Thrones, like the biggest show like ever, ended it by killing off everyone and having like the main villainess hook up with the main villain and win. And it'd just be like, and then like all these little teasers that they've been showing us would make so much sense, because then they'd just be like, we told you.
People
Everyone's
would
dying.
be no, people would be fucking pissed.
You'd have no right to be because like they told you from the beginning, Valar Morghulis. Like what?
Yeah,
What?
that's
Like we
true.
told you. Have you
That's
like
true.
like when Jon Snow's sword is in like the snow in that one teaser, and
Oh
then like
God.
and like that one poster where it's like all their bodies on the ground and stuff like that. It's like we told you.
Yeah, it's
Everyone's gonna
really
die.
dark.
Yeah,
It's really dark.
they're killing off a lot of people. They're killing
So,
off a lot of people.
do you think there will be a Valonqar?
As far as like the little brother that kills Cersei,
Yeah.
I don't know. That prophecy's not in the show,
Yeah.
at least that part of it. So it's like it's up in the air at this point. Like who knows?
I
I would love it
agree.
if Cersei takes herself out. I feel like that'd be the best death.
Like,
She's got wildfire, like such a so
no,
cool.
I could see her totally dying like Maegor the Cruel. Like
On the
alone in the
throne.
throne room
Oh
on
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
throne, like
Hmm.
slitting her wrist on the throne.
You know what would be cool if if she's like sitting on the throne and she like takes the wildfire and she sets herself on fire while she's on the throne.
Oh my god.
For
What's
some-
wrong with you? So cruel.
It'd be a cool image. I don't know.
Yeah, it would. I could totally see her just like exploding the entire King's Landing with herself
course,
inside it.
like,
Mad
she's-
Queen.
No, she's not gonna let them win. Like if Cersei feels like this is over for me, why would she let someone else take her out?
Yeah.
Like she like in season 2, like Ilyn Payne is in there and she's like, he's here to kill us if they get in here. She's like, he's here to kill us. She's like, they're not taking us alive. And
Yeah.
then she tries to poison Tom and like so like Cersei is not one that's gonna like let someone capture her and then do what God knows what to her. She's not gonna let no. She's got too many enemies for that shit.
Yeah, she does. So, for Cersei, I'm just like, my prediction for Cersei is that she's gonna be going through like this spiral of madness.
Ooh,
Do you
yeah.
think that she loses the baby or has the baby?
I haven't. Well, who knows? I think I'm. A lot of people have been saying lose the baby. I don't know if there is something else to suggest that she's going to lose the baby, or if like there's something that I'm not aware of that's suggesting that. But I'm guessing that she's going to lose it because like she's probably going to die, and I don't think they want to kill another pregnant woman on screen.
So, I do think she's gonna lose her baby. In the trailer, she was drinking wine, and everyone, when I said, was she drinking wine in the trailer? She must have lost her baby. Everyone's like, there was no Surgeon General back then, Gray, to tell us that wine is dangerous. But the reason I said it wasn't because she was drinking wine and the Surgeon General told her it was dangerous. It was because when Tyrion finds out she's pregnant, it's because she doesn't want to drink the wine. And he's like, why aren't you drinking? And then she's like, and then she just looks at him. And I think he like thinks that it's poison. And then he looks at her
Oh,
and
that's a good
she's
point. I
like,
didn't even notice that.
she's like, he's like, you're pregnant. So that's why I thought that she lost the baby.
Ah, so that's interesting. Maybe she probably will. She probably will lose it. We'll see.
Yeah, so with Cersei, I think like everything is about like her whole arc to me is about paranoia, and it revolves a lot around the Maggie the Frog prophecy. Like,
I was just about to say, yeah. I don't know why I thought. I don't know why, because I asked earlier, is there something I'm missing? But there's totally the prophecy that says she's gonna have 3 children. So like, it seems like she would miscarry.
but in the show, they gave her a little black-haired beauty that's Gendry.
Yeah, I mean that's the theory, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
I actually really like I mess with that theory. I like that theory a lot because
I
it makes a lot of
don't.
sense.
I don't like it, Quinn.
It makes sense from within the sphere of the show. I guess I could see them doing that. I really could see them pulling that and being like Gendry is Cersei. I don't think that's true in the book, but in the show specifically because Cersei has that moment in the beginning where she's telling Catelyn that little story.
Yeah.
And there's like some other little tiny little things like Gendry being like, my mother had yellow hair. So I remember
Yeah.
her singing to me and all that.
Yeah. I could see, like, if they do it, I'm going to, like, low-key be pissed because I made a video that it was 100% not possible, and then that video won't age well if they do it. But my takeaway from them having Cersei have that conversation with Catelyn was to show to the show audience that hasn't read the books that if Robert and Cersei were to have a child, it would have had black hair. And then when Ned goes and visits Gendry, it is to show that Robert and a yellow-haired woman would still have a child with black hair. Like, I felt like it was like DNA traits. They were just like sprinkling some DNA around. But I mean, I get why people say it.
Yeah,
because
it seems like it just seems like a natural like thing, for the show. Anyway.
yeah. What I was saying about Cersei was her whole story, her whole arc to me is like a paranoid woman obsessed with prophecy. So I feel like they have to do the Valonqar, or it's not going to be true to her.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what they do. I don't know. I just don't know.
I don't know either. We're gonna find out on Sunday.
It's gonna be exciting. I'm super excited. I'm excited and anxious about all of this.
Jon Snow, what do you think? Live or die?
Jon Snow's he's living. Jon Snow's living. They've already killed him once. I don't think they're gonna do it again. It's like redundant. So it's like, yeah, he's gonna live to the end.
I agree with that. Do you think he's Azor Ahai?
Azor, who is, who isn't? I mean, I don't know if it necessarily matters at this point. Like, I don't know.
You think that Azor Ahai is like a false messenger, or like it's just not important?
I think that in the end, it can't be important, because I think that the whole message of this is that it's not about like these people, and it's more about humankind rising out of this darkness and facing this threat. That, at least that's my personal opinion. That's the way.
So, do you think that Daenerys is getting stabbed to forge Lightbringer?
I don't think she's necessarily getting stabbed. No.
Okay.
Not like a whole Nisa situation. So I think we can view all of this stuff in metaphor. Like, that's a whole metaphor about sacrificing the thing that you love in order to like save something.
Good point. I like it.
or that magic, or that powerful magic has a great cost.
Yeah.
That's the point of the metaphor.
Yeah, because I hate the Daenerys Nisa theory. Like, I have grown to hate that. I just feel like it like diminishes her character.
It's on the nose.
Huh?
Yeah, it's like your whole point is to get sacrificed.
Yeah, like everything you've done has brought you this far to die.
No, I could see. I honestly, I know you don't agree, but I could see her offering herself up to save everyone else. I could see that as a thing that Daenerys would do, because Daenerys, especially in the books, is that person that puts herself on the line for the sake of other people.
Even in the show,
out,
even like in season 7, that's what she did.
But one of the best points in the book is like when outside of the gates of Meereen, when all the sick and dying people are out there, and she goes there. And she like cleans them, and she like helps them, and like actually lays hands on like these sick and dying people. And no other monarch would have done this. Like nobody else would have done this. So I'm like, Daenerys is willing to risk herself.
Yeah, she's a little plug here. Quinn and I did a video that Quinn's going to be releasing shortly with Brendan Beefish from the Notacast, and we talked about Stannis. And Daenerys reminds me a lot of Stannis, the good qualities of Stannis, not the bad ones. That, what was that quote? To win the throne, you have to win the kingdom, or save the kingdom. To win the throne, you need to save the kingdom, or it's a Stannis quote, and I feel like Daenerys embodies that. Like Daenerys embodies that in season 7. She has everything. She could have took the Red Keep. She could have taken it. Yeah,
she could have.
And she didn't. And that's the kind of queen that we need. And I could see her sacrificing a lot. I just hope that she doesn't die.
Yeah. Well, to move on a little bit, you know what I think is going to happen, though? I definitely think that King's Landing is going to suffer some major damage, though.
A fire?
Fire or something is going to destroy the Red Keep, specifically. And, like, I was on someone else's live stream, and they all kind of looked at me like I was crazy when I said this, as if there isn't, like, a whole bunch of evidence to support it. But, like, do you remember
the House of the Undying?
Season 2? Exactly, the House of the Undying, where like there's a big hole and it's literally snowing.
Yeah.
And like, everything's all fucked in essentially. So I'm just like, something big is gonna happen in King's Landing, and it almost would be a missed opportunity
Not to
not destroy King's
Yeah.
Landing. Right? This is the last season. Like this whole horrible city. Like every time any character goes to King's Landing, they always point out how horrible. They die, and then they always point out how horrible.
And it smells like shit.
Ned Stark goes, yeah. Like Olenna's like, it smells like shit. And then Ned's like, this place sucks. Everyone's like, this place sucks. I want to get out of this awful city.
Yeah.
Like Sansa liked it at first, but then even by the end, she's like, this place sucks. I want to get out. So it's like, nobody wants to stay here except for Cersei.
Yeah.
Like Cersei is the only person.
So what about Davos? What are your thoughts on Davos? Live or die?
Oh my god. Oh my god. See, I'm 50-50 on Davos, but I'm like, I guess I'm slightly leaning on die. They gotta kill these motherfuckers.
Why are you killing off all my?
Because they gotta hurt us. Look, they have to hurt the people. Like, this is the last season. They've got to hurt you for this to be impactful. Like, there's no, like, last season, they threw a bunch of softballs.
Yeah.
Right? They like, really the only person they killed was, who did they kill? Like, Beric Dondarrion?
Beric's still alive, Quinn.
Not Beric, but like fucking Thoros.
Yeah, Thoros.
Littlefinger. I don't know why I said Beric.
Because Beric's been dead like 3 books ago. That's probably.
But yeah, Beric's been dead, so it's like.
So Beric.
And then who really gave a fuck about Thoros anyway? Like no one.
Right, so we can do Beric before we go into Davos. We can do Beric real quick. Live or die.
He's dead.
Yeah, dead. Okay, let's continue.
He's dead.
So Davos, why do you think Davos?
Because he needs to.
To hurt us, just to hurt us.
Because he's a soul that's too good for this.
Yeah,
world.
he really is.
He's too good for this world, and he's got to go.
He's like the most moral character of the entire series.
He stands up for the weak. You know, he's just like not. He's too good for this world.
Do you think he's gonna kill Melisandre?
Maybe. Now I see Melisandre probably like dying of her own volition. Like she's gonna do some weird ass magic shit and die.
So you think Melisandre's gonna die?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She did say that I'm doomed to die in this strange land. Right?
Yeah, I think she's
I take
gonna
her
die.
at her word.
I think she's gonna die. Yeah, and Varys.
And she wants to die too. Like she's ancient at this point.
Yeah, but there's a lot of theories that Melisandre is the Night Queen. Is gonna be like the Night King's Night Queen.
What? I don't know about that. I don't like it. Honestly though, Greg, people have been talking about that for years because of George R.
Melisandre
Martin's,
Night Queen.
Yeah, George R. Martin's like he has all these figurines, right? Have you heard this story? And like for some reason he had this like he has a blue Melisandre figure that's like an Ice Queen Melisandre inexplicably, and it's with the rest of his collection. So years ago, people were like, why does he have this? So that's really when this theory started to pick up. People were like, is Melisandre? But back then, it was like, there was really no evidence for it. It was just like, he just had that piece. And it's like, that's super fucking weird. Why does he have an ice version of Melisandre?
Yeah.
But
I think there's evidence for it now.
Well, I don't know. I don't know at this point.
I think there's enough there where you can say that it's not completely tinfoil. Mm-hmm. Because there's a lot there that leads me to believe that Azor Ahai too, but the Night King and R'hllor, or the Great Other and R'hllor, are basically the same thing.
Oh, I like that.
They're like their power is drawn from the same source. There's one source.
Well, they're both like manifestations. They're manifestations of like this raw metaphysical energy that makes up the substrate of their reality. or if that makes any sense.
You are so bougie.
Yeah, I don't know, but like it's like elemental, right? It's like that one is like the physical, not even physical, like metaphysical manifestation of like ice and cold and death, and then one is like the exact opposite. But like ultimately they're drawn from that same source, from the core of their world or wherever the fuck it comes from, some other dimension or whatever the fuck. Just nature, who knows? Metaphysical, esoteric, blah blah blah. Stick-eye in the heart of darkness.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like there's more to it than what we know, and that figurine is like hella interesting.
Yeah.
George, why did you do that?
Why do you have that? That is quite strange, George. You sneaky bastard.
I'm about to ask you about my favorite character, and I'm concerned.
Okay.
Arya Stark.
Oh my
Live
gosh,
or
this
die.
is hard. This is hard as F. Because I don't know. See, honestly, I want Arya to live. Personally. But I would like Arya to be like, I would like her to be redeemed and humanized in this last season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To
Totally.
come across as less of like a super supreme badass and more across as a little girl, which she's still supposed to be. I would rather her like come across as have some weaker moments, but ultimately I would love it if Arya came out of this and at the end of this she was like, bye Westeros, and she sailed across the Sunset Sea. That would be such a good ending, like, wouldn't it? Like, I mean,
I totally have Arya surviving this. And then the last scene we see of Arya is her arriving back at the House of Black and White.
oh my god. When they fucking want to kill her or some shit?
I don't know. Would they want to kill her? Because I feel like...
The House of Black and White. But go ahead.
I feel like they... So there's this scene in season 8. I know how much you hate Arya season 8. But she says, like, she's talking about Ned. And she was like, he knew I was right where I needed to be, doing what I was supposed to be doing. And I feel like that kind of applies to Jaqen as well, like show-wise, that they knew that she had to go handle this and take care of this. Because I think in the books, when she first puts on that face, it is more than just a mask.
Mm-hmm.
When she describes this curtain of blood, it to me sounds like they took off her face to put another face onto it. If I don't know if you've read it recently, but it is
all the Arya Bravo stuff. Yeah.
It's
some of. Well, the thing about those chapters is they come off so strange and abstract, and the way George R. R. Martin delivers certain details, it's very vague. So you don't exactly know. Like, she's not exactly telling you exactly what she's seeing or exactly what's happening. Yeah. And then,
it's
like,
what she's feeling.
Yeah. And then, like, when she gets... you're talking about the ugly girl face, right? Where she's like... So it's like... If I remember correctly, when that happens, it's like it cuts, and then, like, the next chapter you see, and then she's already got the face, and it's like...
Yeah, and then she has, like, she gets the feelings of that girl.
Yeah,
like,
and she remembers the pain. She remembers, like, the girl being beaten by her fucking dad and stuff, and, like, it's like it's some intense stuff. Like, it's like it's not just physical. It's like memories and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I was kind of like upset in season 8 when she was just walking around with a bag full of masks, because it was like, this
you mean season
is some
7?
Bullshit. Yeah, season 7.
Yeah.
I was like, this is some bullshit. It was like, this is not even remotely close.
What bothers me about that a lot, yeah, it's just, even if it's not like them taking off her face, like, to create those masks, right? It's like a process. It's like a skill that the people that are doing it, like the Secret Order, has like honed over like hundreds and hundreds of years of doing this. So she can't just cut off somebody's face and then like do some bullshit to it and then be able to wear it. There's like a whole magical process, presumably, that goes into this. So that's why it's like, I don't know. I want Arya to survive and go to the Sunset Sea, but I have a feeling she's gonna die. Let's just say that.
You're killing like all of the people that I like. What's wrong with you? I mean, I thought you were my friend.
These are just my general feelings, like, as far as like gauging like where the show is at this point, and like gauging like where the fan base is at this point. Because I feel like at this point, denying that the fan base is having an impact of what we're seeing on screen is like ridiculous. Because I definitely think the people on the internet that are on Twitter, that are tweeting about the characters that they like and tweeting about all this stuff, is affecting what we're seeing on the show. I don't know. And I think there was a big group of people that had and me too, that had a reaction to like the Sansa being raped by Ramsay thing. That was like kind of a thing that like really affected a lot of people. And I think
That
after that moment, Sansa gained a more significant following that became really protective over that character. And I've been seeing them crop up all over the place.
Yeah,
and I
that's
feel
true.
like Sansa and Arya are kind of in this place, or there's kind of a dichotomy where it's like, I feel like they're not going to keep both of them alive. I feel like it's one or the other.
Yeah, it's Sansa.
And I feel like it's Arya. I don't know. I think it's Arya. It's not because I don't like Arya. Well, I'm not a fan of like what the places that they took the character, and I'm certainly not like a huge Sansa fan. But just like where I'm just gauging the waters, I'm thinking that Sansa's gonna be the one that's living here and probably ruling Winterfell in the end.
I just have this thing that I really want Arya to be. So it's Game of Thrones. And I feel like that quote by Ramsay, if you think this has a happy ending, you haven't been paying attention.
Yeah.
So like my perfect ending for Arya would be for her to be a knight. Because that's what she wanted. Like, I feel like she wanted to be a knight. So for her to be like a knight in Daenerys's Queen's Guard, I feel like would be amazing. Like for her to be good Queen Daenerys's Jon Quill Dark. Like
That would be cool.
That's what I want for Arya. That's what I hope for. But I actually think that she has a debt that she has to pay to the many-faced god. Like, yeah, she has all these cool powers now, or not powers, but she has all these cool
Basically
abilities.
powers.
Huh?
I said basically powers.
Yeah, but I feel like that there's a cost to those, and she's gonna eventually have to pay that cost because she left the House of Black and White. And Jaqen said, finally, a girl is no one. Arya disputed him on that, but he said it. And I feel like he knows that she's no one.
Mm-hmm.
And it took her killing the waif to become no one. But I feel like the same can be said with Bran. Like, yeah, Bran has all these cool powers now, but he's going to have to live beyond the wall in a tree for the rest of his life. Because I don't think he's going to die. I actually think he's going to live and become like Bloodraven in some years. But I think like all of these powers that they're gaining has a cost to them, ultimately.
Yeah.
And it ends not with them being happy, them being alive but not happy. So Arya is gonna have to go back to Bravos. Bran's gonna have to go back to the tree. Daenerys is gonna be queen of the ashes. She's gonna be queen, but there's gonna be nothing left to be queen of. Everything's gonna have like this bitter
You
taste.
broke, bitch. Like, get in the field, Daenerys, and plow the field with everybody else. There's no more currency, bitch. No.
Yeah. But I feel like it's gonna be something like that. Like
Honestly, I mean, that's kind of the point, right? That the world needs to be remade. That there's something fundamentally off balance in this entire world, and that it needs to be rebalanced. Like the scale needs to be reset, etc. And I agree with your points on like kind of like Arya, like kind of like racking up like a cosmic debt. Like something needs to be repaid. That's a very interesting concept. So yeah, totally.
Totes my goats. So, Brienne, live or die?
Brienne, live or die? I think Brienne. Oh, God damn it! I want Brienne to live. I think live. I'm gonna say live.
I think live too.
Yeah.
I think she lives too. I think someone has to write down Jaime's deeds in the White Book.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, come on, yes. Yeah, that just tugged my heartstrings. Totally. Yeah, somebody needs to do it.
So what about Bran?
Bran's living. Bran is the Kwisatz Haderach. Bran is the Allfather. Bran is the god on Earth. You know,
Yeah,
Bran is the chess master.
Gilly.
Oh, fuck Gilly. Probably live.
Yeah, Gilly's kid.
Probably live.
Varys.
Maybe taken by the White Walkers though. Do you say Varys? Varys is dead.
Varys is dead.
Yeah.
Qyburn.
Qyburn is dead.
The Mountain.
Mountain is dead.
The Hound.
Hound is dead.
Oh my gosh. You murderer.
The Hound is dead. Are you kidding me? The Hound is definitely
George R.
dead.
Martin Jr. Tormund.
Tormund is. I think Tormund might live. Come on, that crazy wildling.
he
Come
has to
on, you
live.
got to give Brienne the good love.
Gendry.
Oh, Gendry's alive. Gendry's living.
Gendry's living.
Yeah.
Do you think any characters will come back like Edmure Tully or Sweet Robin or any of those people?
I would love to see Sweet Robin again for some reason, just to see him. But like Edmure Tully, it's so crazy how he just disappeared. Right?
Yeah.
Like, where the fuck?
Where
is
go?
he? Who knows? No one cares. Look, I swear to God, if he came back, I swear to God, 90% of people would not know who he was.
Everyone will know who he is, Quinn.
Everyone's gonna be like, "Who is this character?" Like, no one's gonna know. I swear to God. Do you talk to people that like just casually watch the show? They have no idea what's going on most of the time.
No.
They're just like.
Everyone I talk to about Game of Thrones is like into the high nerdery shit.
Okay. Well, so you know too many. I have a few friends that kind of watch it that are just casual watchers, and they'll ask me the most ridiculous questions where I'm just like, really?
Oh, none of my friends watch it. They all
really?
suck. They're not good friends.
Yeah.
The dragons. Do the dragons live or die?
This question is so difficult. I think that at least one more dragon is going to die. I think. And
God.
I think at least one more. Because it's like she's got to be depowered significantly, right? So I feel like she'll probably end up with just Drogon, or to make it more sad, maybe Drogon dies and then she just has Rhaegal. But like we'll see.
I will die.
I'm thinking that just one dragon's gonna die, but probably one is gonna live.
Viserion's death like hurt me more than Ned. Like,
What hurt me was Daenerys' reaction to it, where it was so. Like, she did not care. I swear to God, she didn't care. I swear she didn't care.
She did care. She was shocked.
She was just like, where's Jon? Like, where's my beloved Jon? Like, she did not care about that dragon.
What about the direwolves?
Oh, my God. They don't care about the direwolves anymore. How many are even still alive? Ghost is alive. Nymeria is alive.
Ghost is going to live.
Are Ghost and Nymeria the only two that are alive?
Yes.
Ugh. I hope Nymeria...
And the wolf pack that was...
They better show us the wolf pack again. They got all this money. They're spending 2
know.
seasons worth of money on this shit.
Yeah.
Like,
I watched your reaction, your live reaction, and you were like,
I can feel the money.
Smell the money. I can feel the money.
You can, like shit.
Yeah, but true. I feel the same way. Like, all this money, we need to see direwolves. Like,
I want ice spiders too.
There's no reason for you to show us last season and ice spiders.
Come on with the ice spiders. That doesn't seem like it's that hard. I mean, Harry Potter had spiders like back in Harry Potter 3. That was like 15 years ago or something. Probably not that long ago, but like I don't know how long ago it was. Like, I
mean, if they can give us a polar bear, they can give us spiders.
Come on, yeah.
What about Grey Worm?
Oh, Grey Worm. Oh shit. Damn it. So I guess I can wrap Grey Worm and Missandei together since they're making them lovebirds for some reason that I can't figure out. I don't care about this romance even a little bit. Damn, this is hard. Okay, damn it. I want them to live on. I want them to be a happy couple. I want them to live and like fly off to Nath in the end of it. Sail off to Nath and just be happy. And
get attacked by the butterflies.
Yeah, he'll die. He'll die immediately because the butterflies will kill. Yeah,
She'll be the only person that lives. But I would actually really like for them to get a happy ending.
Same.
But in that trailer, when he puts that helmet on, I feel like that's the last time we're gonna see him. Final moment.
Yeah, it's like this is the end. Like he's in the front lines too. He's like, I'm ready. He's like, he's going against the White Walkers too. Like that's like no fucking joke. Like that's the thing too. Like this Winterfell battle, this is gonna be crazy. Like I feel like this is probably gonna be like the early on battle, but like so many people are gonna die. So many people are gonna die. This is crazy. Like so many people are gonna die. So it's gonna be if for it to be right, for it to be like some serious shit, people need to die. But I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so ready for it though. And I'm trying to figure out what they were trying to say with that Jon Snow's sword being in the snow. Are they just like playing with us, or are they saying he's gonna lose the sword, or like what are they fucking doing with that? Like what are they doing?
So I think that was totally like just promo, like. Let me troll them. But I will say that Needle was in the snow, Arya's sword. And in the trailer, she doesn't have Needle when she's running or getting chased by someone. She doesn't have it.
Interesting.
So that was like kind of interesting. But I'm kind of like, okay. So just so happens all of these things that belong to these people that would let us know that these people happen to fall off. I don't think so.
Yeah, it was just some lazy ass promo. Let's put their swords in the snow and have a little bit of blood on it or something.
Yeah. Let's make them think that all these characters are gonna die, and we're gonna tell them about it before.
But let's actually kill only 2 people. I swear to God, if they do that, I'm gonna be mad.
That would be crazy.
I feel like that's what happened last season, though. It was like they were hyping it up, like, "Oh, this is the most dangerous season of Game of Thrones." Yeah, you don't know what's gonna happen, and then everyone just survived miraculously. It's just like, I was just like, "Damn."
True. So, one more death I'm gonna ask you about.
Okay.
Does the Night King live or die?
I was waiting for you to get this one. Honestly, though, depending on the way they do it, I guess I'm gonna have to combine my opinions about the book and the show, right? Since they're saying they're keeping the endings together, so I'm still of the opinion that I don't think there's a Night King in the book. I think that the force that leads the others is like this abstract thing that is just ice and death and cold. It's just this elemental force. And so, really, though, you can't really kill that. You can't kill a force of nature. So the way I see it is that they can't kill him. They have to sate him, right? They have to essentially give him what he fucking wants. And that is the way... They have to give him what he wants, and then he will go away, essentially. That's the way I personally see it, but then they might go a more dramatic way and have someone kill him with a sword or some kind of way. I don't think you can kill him with dragon glass. I don't think that's the way it works. But like, we'll see. But honestly, I don't know if he's gonna die, but I think he's definitely going away. He's definitely gonna be defeated, quote unquote. But yeah, that's the way I see it.
Yeah, I agree with you. This is the first death I agree with you on.
Yay!
I agree that the Night King is not going to be defeated. Not going to go away. Like, he's not going to be eradicated forever. Yeah. I feel like he'll be defeated. He'll take great losses. And he'll go back fleeing up to the icy north. Because history kind of repeats in this story. And also... we don't know what killing him, what kind of effect that would have on the planet. Yeah,
exactly. This is like a force of nature, right? This is like essentially a god that's seeking vengeance for something. So it's like, how do you even kill that? And then if you did kill that, you're killing something that's elemental, that's like intrinsic to like the nature of your reality. Like, you could fuck up the seasons even more. Like, wouldn't that be some messed up shit? Like, if they killed the Night King and then like, yeah, he's gone, but then you've got literally an endless summer. Like, this shit sucks. Are you kidding?
And that's what Velour says. Don't they say they want to bring on a summer that never ends?
Yeah. Wouldn't that be effed up if that was the ending, though? It's like, oh, the sun's coming up, but it's never going down again. You're fucked.
I was thinking that, like, when they killed him, like, simultaneously, Bran would die, too. Not because Bran's the Night King, but because, like, I feel like they're kind of a part of the same thing, like, the same magic. Mm-hmm. It's all weirwood magic. So I was thinking that the three-eyed crow was actually created after the Night King to kind of control the Night King or try to control things.
I like that. I don't want to cut you off, but like I like that because it kind of fits with this idea that I kind of had. So do you remember when the Night King kills Bloodraven? That's such an interesting scene because he just kind of walks up to him, he looks at him for a minute, and he kind of looks at him like, hello, old friend. Like, I've seen you before. Like, I know you, right? It's like, I know who you are. And then he kills him.
Check this out. Isaac Hempstead did a watch the episode with me thing where he kind of goes through Bran's arc. It's like an interview. Mm-hmm. And he says that the Night King and the Three-Eyed Crow are ancient enemies.
Ugh. See?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, you're totally right.
And that fits in with, like, the idea that I think this is one... I've been saying this forever. You can check the credits on my channel. No matter what no one else... I've been saying shit forever.
We ain't checking no credits.
Check my shit. But look, no. It's like... This Three-Eyed Crow persona is not Bloodraven. And it's not Bran. This is, like, something that's been passed down. Right?
Yes.
This is just a fucking... See, this consciousness has been passed down from Child of the Forest to Child of the Forest. And then when they ran out of Green Seers, they got Bloodraven because they needed someone with the same powers so that he could do the fucking magic. Yes. So for him to say it's an ancient enemy, it makes sense because that consciousness is ancient. And that's why Bran says, I'm more than Bran Stark. That's not me anymore. Because it isn't.
Exactly.
He's something else.
Exactly. And just to touch on that, I don't know if you touched on this in yours, but Damir Sixskins, right?
Mm-hmm.
When he talks about taking over Oral's eagle,
Mm-hmm.
he talks about Oral still being in there.
Yeah, just like the Ravens.
Like whispering, and then there's the Ravens. So whatever that consciousness is, even if it's Bran, even if it's Blood Raven, that person is still there.
There's a
But
piece
I
of
think
them.
this person, this consciousness person, is more powerful than Bran and more powerful than Blood Raven. So
Because-
it's that person.
Yeah, because it's a combination of like a bunch of other personalities. Like, who knows how
Yeah.
long they've been doing this, right?
So
it's like,
I'm gonna tell you, I think Bran the Builder was the first three-eyed crow. And I think like a lot of the buildings are attributed to Brandon the Builder because it was just the three-eyed crow.
see, okay, I get it. Because the three-eyed crow would be, even if it's like just people being passed down, right? Just the consciousness being passed down. It would be like a timeless kind of entity, right? So it doesn't
Right.
matter what time something is happening. It could like essentially go to any point on time and be in its old body and do what it needs to do at that point in time because it already knows what's going to happen in the future. Does that make any sense to you?
Right. Yeah, it makes sense. So Dan and Dave were talking, right? And they were like doing like this after the interview thing. And they were like talking about Bran becoming the three-eyed raven, and they were like, well, you think of the three-eyed raven as just a title, but it's not just a title, it's much more than that. The three-eyed raven is a part of Bran now, and that part isn't entirely human.
Well, see, that's the thing. It's like it's the Kwisatz Haderach. I mean, I keep saying that, but it fits so well that it's such like a Dune concept because like they take the spice and then they have all these other personalities and they become like a part of this like great multi-conscious being. It's like some crazy shit. Seeing the future and the past. It's like, I don't know. Dune. Obsidian Nights. No, you can explain
sing
it.
it like Arabian Nights from
Maybe
Aladdin?
like once, like maybe like yeah. But yeah, tell the people about the podcast, our new podcast that we're working on.
Yes, so Quinn and I decided that we're going to do a reread podcast. I don't know if we call it a reread. It's a reread.
Yeah, but we're gonna have
be
other
going back
stuff
through-
going on.
Yeah, with all kinds of other stuff, other juice. So it's called us Obsidian Nights, and we're going to be going back through the entire book and hopefully lead up right into the Winds of Winter so we can get how the story is really going to end.
It's gonna be sick. No, I'm telling you guys, this is gonna be the best podcast that you've ever freaking seen in your entire lives because it's not just audio and like a black screen or like one image. Like we're gonna edit the crap out of these. They're gonna be super high quality and awesome. We've got custom music. We've got like some art being made for it. It's gonna be sick. It's gonna be awesome. So everyone that's missing Game of Thrones and it's like, oh my god, Game of Thrones is over, you can like watch our podcast and you can experience the series through a whole different lens in a whole entire different way. It's gonna be awesome.
Yes, it's going to be awesome. Like, we're super excited about it.
Yes.
We talk about it all the time. I'm like worrying Quinn to death. Like, what do you think about this? Oh, what do you think about this? So we've been really hype about this. And so we're going to do videos on my channel and Quinn's channel in podcast format, but it's not going to be like your regular run-of-the-mill podcast. It's going to be heavily edited, high quality, and we'll also have like audio versions available for you to download wherever podcasts can be downloaded at: iTunes, Google Play. What was the other one? SoundCloud?
SoundCloud, yes. And there'll also be a playlist that has all of the episodes in them. So that you
In
can just
order.
Yeah, in order, so you can just click on it and you won't have to like keep switching back and forth. You can just watch them all. It's gonna
Yep,
be
you
it's
can
gonna be
just watch
sweet.
the playlist. Yeah, we're gonna make it. We're not gonna like Game of Thrones isn't gonna die, and A Song of Ice and Fire isn't gonna die because the show is over. Like, if you love it, we got you. Obsidian Nights, Quinn and Gray,
Coming soon.
coming soon. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for coming on, Quinn. I appreciate it. Let the people
been
know where they
great.
can find you.
Ideas of Ice and Fire, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Check me out. I've got a Song of Ice and Fire theories, videos, analyzing Game of Thrones, criticizing Game of Thrones, but I still love the show, so don't get it twisted. Dune, Foundation, Hyperion, other science fiction, other fantasy, check me out.
So check him out. And as always, thanks for watching. Thanks to everyone that supports me on Patreon. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please click that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and join the Sweet Summer family. Okay, my sweet summer children, have a good day.